Welcome to the Who We Are. We're with Horses to the Slaughter. Just released an album, The Shape to Fill, and a single. What was it? Dancing with You?
Dancing song.
Dancing song. Bad with the names. Pretty cool. So we're gonna go ahead and jump straight into it. Earlier this year, you had a record release for the record, obviously. How was the show?
That was probably my favorite show we've ever done. My buddy Jackson, he owns a spot in downtown Richmond called the Garage, and so it was really intimate, really laid back. We had some cool bands on the bill, and then we got to finish it in this really unique setting that isn't isn't very well known, but it was just really cool to play in like a DIY spot like that.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like most venues are. I mean, I feel like the venue is best when there's no true. I guess a best way to put that is when it's not orthodox and when it seems off the fly.
Yeah.
I don't know. So, with the record, I'll with the creation of it, uh, can you tell me what it means to you now?
It means a whole lot. I got the name from a William Faulkner book. As I Lay Dying, it was required reading for my high school, but I really connected with it. There's a passage where the plot. This book is about a woman who dies and her family takes her into town to get her buried. And there's a passage of her talking when she's still alive, and she says that they had a word for love and that it was just the shape to fill a lack, which I thought was really beautiful. And in all the difficulty I had understanding that book, that passage really stuck to me and I resonated with it. Um, so I called my album The Shape to Fill after that passage. And I took a collection of songs I'd either already recorded demos of or I recorded in the heat of the moment, and I compiled them together. And I really like to do kind of a mix between that weird, like eclectic, folksy stuff and a little bit of poetry because that's what I'm really into. But I think a lot of the stuff a couple months later still really resonates with me.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's a good way to put it. The eclectic folksy stuff. I don't know what else you call it, but it's neat. I haven't heard anything really like it. Um, Now, what were your biggest inspirations, if any, going into the album?
Kind of when I was starting with music, obviously the heavy hitters, the Alex G and all of that, everyone really says that. But my first introduction to kind of like the more independent DIY folk alt country sphere, Big Pony 777, Ryan Bradley, him and I are we're cool now. But I found a song "Dog in the Oven." Uh,
Oh,
and it's a wild song, but it is so beautifully written, and something about kind of the soft quality of his voice really inspired me. And I went down this rabbit hole. He's got a label, like a collective of musicians called Indie Cat. They all live up in Massachusetts, and I kind of fell deeper into that. I started listening to this dude named Jordan Mason Moore, which is where my band name actually comes from, one of his songs. And I think all of it kind of draws from each other. There's the bigger bands like Black Country New Road, which everyone's heard of, and they have all the clarinet and the violin and the stand-up bass and all those instruments. And I think over time, as I've collected more instruments and kind of tuned in my sound, I just really like to experiment and draw from some of the lesser known artists, like all the people in IndieCat, which are super fucking dope, by the way. If you haven't heard of them,
oh
but
yeah.
I
I didn't know if this was like a well known thing, but this is like this is like a seems like a tight knit small thing going on.
it's yeah, they're all. I mean, they're all super talented. But I draw a lot from people I know or people I've come to know, and a lot of people in the local scene that I think are really cool.
Yeah, I mean, because I mean, as much as I say I've never heard anything like it, which I still truly haven't. Um, the closest I can get was pulling microphones, and then some of the stuff with what's Take Care's. I think it's the third of the trilogy, Alive. Just, but even then,
Yeah,
it's still farther off. Like I'm not hitting the mark. It's like if I could describe it myself, is like I don't know, like describing a wedding soup without saying any of the ingredients and just basing it off of things you felt before. It's really weird. Um, but weird in a good way. It hits a good spot. It's great. So and then with that and the shows after, you've been going through a few shows. Is there any talks of touring or just going about your area, or what's the plans for live?
that is that's the dream, man. A tour. I just want to get, one tour in before I'm like graduated college or whatever. I just want to do that once. Say I've done it and go visit new places. You're the first person to hear this actually. But I
Oh,
am
sweet.
playing in DC on September 5th with Roseville Sucks.
No
Uh,
shot. Big
Gonna be
time.
super dope. And then September 22nd, I think, I'm playing with this school. Are you familiar with like Wi-Fi Skeleton and that whole like
Yeah.
sphere? There's this dude who makes adjacent music to that called I'm Gonna Die Alone, and he's cool. He just moved to Richmond, and we're gonna play with him and another local in Richmond, which is I'm excited
Sweet.
for. Yeah.
Yeah, both sound great, but Wi-Fi or not Wi-Fi. Hold, I'm getting off now. Roseville sucks, man. That's big. That's up there. So yeah, it's great. So y'all heard them. Just wait for it to come out and get these tickets. Come
Right.
support. And with stuff like that, you've had these one-off merch releases. I'm assuming thrifting and these prints. Um, how did you come about that? Like, what was the idea?
With my first, I did like a more official drop of shirts. Maybe 6 or 8 months before that, I got this really cool woman named Haley, excuse me, Haley Rowland. She lives up in Mass. Also, she's a great artist. If you know her artist named Draconid, she did a couple songs with me, but she's also an artist. She designed the shirts. I commissioned them from her, and then one of my buddy's cousins owns a print shop, so we got those done. And it was just really fun. I don't ever make money off of merch. I lose a ton of money when I make merch, but I think it's really important, especially for like not only self promotion, but just kind of being in this DIY space. And that's kind of what I wanted to angle at with this merch. I've got some really good friends in Florida, Yasmin and Chloe, and they were some of the first people to like really support and enjoy my music. And they wanted to do some merch with me, so we brainstormed. They helped and made the block prints that is on the shirt designs, and thrifted all the clothes and sent them up to me. And yeah, it's definitely a different feel, but that's what I'm way more into, doing that more personal, kind of heartfelt, time consuming
I mean,
um,
yeah.
merch. Yeah.
I mean, yeah. No, it definitely it's cool. It's. I feel like the money definitely isn't a worry too if you're doing what you love. Like I think it's great that you're giving this outlet to the people that listen to your music, regardless, even if it's to an extent. I think it's cool. Um, yeah, and so with that, is there a hold on? Do you collect band tees yourself? Any you big band tee guy or
Huge band T guy, man. No, I do. I have my whole dresser is just band tees, pretty much. I have a lot of like older metal and mathcore shirts because I was in a metal band for a while too. That's kind of one of my passions also. So I have a lot of those and some of the newer like scene metal bands like a lot of metalcore from California. Like Josh is a dope band, and I like I'll um I'll just kind of stuff my wardrobe with all of those when I can find online drops or go on Depop or Discogs and find some merch. But
Yeah.
my coolest shirt is the if you know the Loners with parentheses, they're a cool band. If you know Kitchen, it's the same guy. But he announced a shirt drop and no one ordered the shirts. No one pre-ordered at all except for me. And so he emailed me and he was basically like, "Hey, you're the only person who ordered this shirt. Do you still want it?" And I was like, "Hell yeah, of course I want it." And so he like handmade this graphic T-shirt of his band for me, and I guess it's the only one out there, but they're super cool, and I'm really stoked to have that one.
Yeah, it's sweet. It's a cool thing. I mean, I you can't think of something much cooler than that. Just getting a personal message and stuff like that. I know I've been too much on default really. Like I just spent what like $50 on my last one. They both came in today, but I got this sweet Speedway Revelation Records shirt. Newer hardcore band.
Oh yeah.
They just had a record produced by the Russin Brothers. Holy, but it's they're cool, and I've just been spending too much money on it. But I don't know. I feel like big band T guys got to be like it's got to be somewhere, cause I don't know, man. It's just it's I've gotten into it and it's consumed too much of my time and effort, but it's great. It's great. Um, and so I've heard you talk about these the what I'm assuming to be smaller. If so, I'm just living under rock. Otherwise, because I've never heard of half these people, and I'm gonna have to go check them out after this. But
It-
is there any favorite new up and coming artists or bands you've been into? Maybe local to Richmond.
Local to Richmond, Cats and Houses is awesome. I played a show with them a couple months back, but they've been doing some really big things. They're like twinkly emo, a lot of tapping riffs and really cool heartfelt vocals. They just dropped their first single ever on all their platforms, and it's great. It's called Parks and Recs, and it's yeah, they're super. I'm really excited to see what they do. They play a lot of like backyard shows. And then I got to shout out the homies Gaffer. My first ever show was with them. I got to play a little guitar for them at that one, which was cool. And now they just get really big crowds. They sell out. They got all these fans. It's really cool to see. And one of those guys like went to my school and they're all my age. They're all 16, 17, and they're doing huge things. So that's really cool to see. But the Richmond scene is super awesome. And the last band I think I'm really stoked about right now. There are a lot, but off the top of my head, House Once Ours is a new project by like four or five of the indie cat people that I was talking about earlier. They just released an album. It's very reminiscent of Racing Mount Pleasant, and I don't know, but it has such a distinct characteristic that like only that group of people's music has. It's really beautiful, like a lot of horns, a lot of piano, but also like very introspective lyrics. That's super interesting.
I mean, that's a list for y'all to check out. I mean, sounds fun. I mean, man, I wish, and I feel like it's because I'm not getting out as much as I should with things, music and that sort. But I'm kind of in a suburb of Memphis, Tennessee. There's not very much going on here. We got one metal band coming out around my age, a little bit younger. Uh, Pretty cool. I mean, but there's no shows. There's nothing to go to except for I'm going all the way down to Memphis, and then making that drive, paying that money to, it's all just metal. It's all just metal. And any
Are you
bands in
in
Memphis?
Tennessee?
No, I'm in Mississippi. I'm just
Okay,
slightly. I'm like 35 minutes out from Memphis. So
gotcha.
any Memphis bands, any uh, DeSoto County region bands out there,
Yeah,
just let me know.
they're I don't know if they're from there, but I went to Nashville a couple months ago, and I was looking at show bills that would be nearby during my time, and I saw Milena Cole. I think it's Milena Cole playing with Fish Hunt and People I Love, maybe. But I don't know if any of those bands are local, but they were definitely in Tennessee, which is pretty cool. If they are local or any of them are, they're all really, really good and worth checking out.
Yeah, I mean, I'll have to check it out. Who knows? Maybe I'll be the anchor of my local scene. I'll get things changing, but it's great. It's great that you're involved in everything and that you do as much as you do for what you've got going on, and especially speaking this highly and appreciating your scene like that. That's awesome. Now, going outside of the local and outside of Richmond and this sphere that you're in, uh, top of your head, top five albums all time. Go.
Good God.
Yeah.
Divorce Lawyers, I Shaved My Head by Jordan Mason. Super important album for me. Um, fuck, dude. This is so hard. I hope you know that.
Yeah, I figured.
Dream Home Theater by Dream Home Theater is crazy good. Um, Race by Alex G. Uh, Super classic. That was like huge for me for my first album that's not on streaming anymore. Um,
I know it's a heavy hitter, but
this is super hard. Jane Doe by Converge. Just absolutely ridiculously good. It deserves all the hype it gets. And maybe something by Sun Kill Moon, but or Red House Painters. Dude, I can't pick a Red House Painters album, but I mean, kind of all of them. They're all old. I don't know, all of them, man, all of them. I can't pick a.
I mean, yeah, I saw a top five from what I know. But again, we're pulling off maybe like a solid two albums that I at least remember to some degree or recognize.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, with that, um, it's been a good time, good talk. I feel like we've kind of wrapped everything up now. Um, go support him, his shows that he does within these upcoming little bits. Listen to his music, his album "Shape to Fill," dancing song that just came out. Sweet little song. Uh, yeah, just go support him. Go support your local scene and everybody around you. Love your neighbor like you love yourself, and that's it. Thank you guys.
Is there a 3, 2, 1 countdown, or am I good to go?
Yeah, you're good. Yeah.
I have an EP releasing on August 18th. It's called What Bodies Are For. It's got 4 new songs and an acoustic version of Fish, which is my biggest song, that I'm super excited about. And like he said, support your local scene or else. Uh, Fuck ICE, fuck Donald Trump. Free the Congo, free Palestine, free everyone who is suffering from injustice right now. And be nice to everybody. That's it.
Yeah.